Hi, I'm April Clemmer, a personal stylist inspired by the timeless principles of classic Hollywood. Like and subscribe so you never miss a video. And today we are examining Greta Garbo's impact on style and what you can learn from her to create your own memorable look. Costume designer Gilbert Adrian said of Garbo, "You must never put artificial jewels or imitation lace on Garbo. Not that it would be noticed on the screen, but it would do something to Garbo and her performance." And then he goes on to say, if she liked a thing, she wore it with complete unconsciousness. No matter how eccentric it was, she gave it an air of authority. And I think this is so important to note because Greta Garbo was also accused of dressing like a bag lady. She was literally described as having a taste for bulky, ugly clothes and being completely frumpy. But Gilbert Adrian has zeroed in on the personal style elements that was underlying these looks that Garbo loved. Now, once Adrian saw that in real life she preferred more masculine clothes and she loved hats, he feminized this look, glammed it up for the big screen, and turned it into the personal style that would make Greta Garbo forever a fashion icon, but not really in the traditional sense. So she did change fashion with her look during her time. So a few examples are, he put her in a pair of men's silk pajamas for Wild Orchids. She wore white trousers for the film The Single Standard. And remember, this is in 1929, so pants on a woman were pretty scandalous. The cloche hat, which Garbo wore, kind of turned up in the front, that was part of a costume for a woman of affairs, and that became known simply as the Garbo after she wore it. And she wore a beret to a film premiere, and then women decided to all go out and buy berets. So Adrian's essential approach and the look he designed for her really worked, because once he identified her preferred style and aligned it with her identity on screen, then Greta Garbo became a style icon that endures, what are we, almost a century later? So she became a fashion icon because her style was aligned with her identity. And Adrian understood that clothing changes a person's performance and presence, and sometimes even their authority. So he didn't try to transfer her into a studio-created archetype. He refined and dramatized who she already was. And when the studio did put its foot down and try to force the all-American sweater girl aesthetic on Greta Garbo, which is so wrong, this would be for her film A Two-Faced Woman in 1941. Gilbert Adrian resigned at this point, saying, "When the glamour ends for Garbo, it also ends for me. She has created a type. If you destroy the illusion, you destroy everything." And what I find so interesting about this story is modern style often does what the studio was trying to do with Greta Garbo. They tell people to reinvent themselves all the time, like every season, change this, change that, everything's new. And I don't have a problem with that. I've talked about that in other videos. But in reality, the best Hollywood movie stars were often built by amplifying authentic traits like Audrey Hepburn's grace and Katharine Hepburn's practicality, or Greta Garbo's mystery and the natural tension between the masculine and feminine that she sort of embodied. So when I work with clients as a stylist, and what I recommend for you is that don't burn it all down. We're not doing that. We are just aligning the style with the unique combination of qualities that make you you. And that is when your style starts to resonate with you as well as the people around you. So if this is what you're missing in your style, my messages are open. Let's set up a talk. I hope you enjoyed this video and it really helps you. Please like and subscribe, and I will be back very soon with style lessons from classic Hollywood. Thanks for watching.